The Idler's Luck. Somanathan was a poor Brahmin, making incense and selling it in the market was his job. It was his hereditary work, and he had been carrying on it conventionally since his boyhood. He was very laborious and tireless, but on the contrary to it, his son Suman was an idler. He walked along the streets sluggishly and wasted his time in gibberish with his friends. In nature, he was a vagrant. His parents tried in all the ways to have some considerable change in his indifferent manners, but everything was in vain. Although Suman was an idler and he wasted his time loitering aimlessly and prattling with his friends unnecessarily, he was used to visit the royal court and listened to the speech delivered by the men of letters. The king had hosted the public in his court. After all, every people had the permission of presenting their views on all topics. One day, Suman and some of his friends went to the royal court and sat in the front row. About this time, a religious scholar delivering a speech on myth, the uncertainty. The king was already fed up with this meaningless speech of the scholar, but he was so an admirer of philosophy that he did not say anything against. Instead, put up with this babble. The scholar said, "We see, but we don't see. We eat, but we don't. We touch, but we don't. Friends, this is myth. We all are subjected to myth. Everything around us are illusions. Nothing is real. Our senses are deceiving us. We never see, smell, hear, taste or touch. This is myth." No one in the assembly could understand the scholar's words. They felt this talk being sheer nonsense. People looked at each other. They thought, if we don't see what is outside of us, how do we know? How can we think that we don't exist in the world? How can we talk of myth if we are mere illusions? The scholar is a fraud. All the time, Suman was keeping silent. Actually, he was garrulous, and he had never missed a chance of attacking a man by words. At last, he got up from his seat, and after correcting his throat, he began to speak. He said, "Your Majesty and my dear friends, our scholar made a long and meaningful speech on the unreality. He convinced us that everything around us is only myth. We all agree at what he said. By the by, let me inform you an important thing. Our king is going to have a posh feast for all of us tomorrow. We all, except our scholar, will participate in the feast, but he will be only a spectator. He will think that He eats even though he does not eat. He will think that he drinks even though he does not drink. When the feast is over, he will think that his stomach is also full even though he ate nothing. To whom or to him, everything is myth. So saying, Suman sat on his seat. The whole assembly was burst into a laughter. The king was very happy to see that the scholar was duly beaten. He too laughed to his satisfaction. Before the assembly was dispersed, Suman was elected as the court jester. He returned home very happily, knowing that his son became an official in the royal court. His parents rejoiced highly. Thus luck saved the idler.